This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. The challenge to clear the shanty town at Farm Road in Abaco post-Hurricane Dorian is still being faced by the government. Minister of State with responsibility for disaster preparedness management and reconstruction, Iram Lewis, says persons are still living there, but the government is attempting to have that area cleaned.
Pigeon P itself has been completely cleared. The mud is about 80 to 90%. The Pigeon P, again, once they are cleared, they will be fenced in. And those areas will likely be declared, well, of course, they will be declared no-build zones. So we will not have any reconstruction in those areas. Those areas will be fenced off and the government will make an announcement as to what land use on those areas will now become.
As for the cleanup process of shanty towns in Abaco, Mr. Lewis says the process continues.
Persons are still there, but we're making efforts to have that area clean and to ensure that whatever is rebuilt there is done properly if we are to rebuild there. There will be some no-build zones declared as was stated by the Director of Works yesterday, and we will make that clear. And there will be some restrictive zones because, of course, we have to see how we can minimize our exposure to risk. And having those facilities rebuilt in those areas to the same standard, it increases our risk and it will add more to whatever the catastrophe we will be faced with.
Now, as the Category 5 monster storm Dorian pummeled Abaco, the Abaco Keys, and Grand Bahama in September of last year, with storm surges of up to 20 feet, homes, valuables, and even people, as reported by victims who endured the storm, were swept away. It was expected, as the government said, to have missing persons after the storm. In October last year, officials reported that 282 people were missing after the hurricane. However, in giving an update, Commissioner of Police Anthony Ferguson revealed that some 54 people are still missing on those islands, some 4 months after the storm. According to the commissioner, 32 were reported missing on Abaco and 22 reported missing on Grand Bahama. Hurricane Dorian claimed the lives of at least 70 people, at least 60 on Abaco, and the remainder of that number in Grand Bahama. The commissioner said while there may be questions or queries regarding the death toll, the Royal Bahamas Police Force can only release what was reported to them. In crime news, a shooting here in the capital has left an adult male nursing injuries and police looking to identify the shooter. The man was sitting in his vehicle in a parking lot at a nightclub on Ludlow Street when he heard gunshots being fired. The man then realized that he had been shot. He was transported to hospital where he's listed in stable condition. Investigations are ongoing. 3 men allegedly responsible for an armed robbery which occurred on Monday are being sought by the police. It was shortly after 3 p.m. that police say 2 men were at a scrap metal site on Seabreeze Lane when they were approached by 3 armed men who held them at bay and robbed them of cash before speeding away in a 2005 white Ford Ranger truck, the property of one of the victims. Police now seeking to identify and locate these men. Meantime, police recovered an illegal firearm and has taken an adult male into custody in connection with that firearm. Eastern Division officers responded to reports of gunshots being fired in Nassau Village shortly after 4 a.m. Tuesday. Police say officers who were at Rico Street and Pepe Avenue off Seabreeze Lane, acting on information, intercepted a white Nissan Cube, conducted a search, and recovered an AR-15 and 30 rounds of .223 ammunition. The male is expected to be formally charged before a magistrate's court later this week. 5 suspects are on the loose, and authorities are hoping that with your help, they can find them. They are all wanted by the Financial Crimes Unit. 36-year-old Antonia Maria Curry of Mangrove Avenue, Yamacraw, is wanted for stealing by reason of service. Curry is described as dark in complexion. Meantime, 26-year-old Alexander Cortez Burrows of Pride Estates is of dark complexion and average build, and 20-year-old Gabrielle Bethel of Somerset Estates, Cowpen Road. These persons are all wanted for fraud by false pretenses. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of any of these individuals is asked to contact the Financial Crimes Unit at 356-6025 or Central Detective Unit at 502-9991. Our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.